Hello, everybody, and welcome to Stay on the Line, a horror genre podcast hosted and created by me, Terrah, and every Thursday we talk about something horror genre related. Wow, that was the smoothest I've ever done that intro. Baby, we're back with another review, a Shudder exclusive. Shout out to Shudder. Shudder, please sponsor the podcast. Please sponsor the podcast. You can hear someone giggling. That is author of 2 books and a short story. She is Envy with Green. Please welcome back to the podcast, Kelli Green.
Hi.
We had a thrilling day today.
We did.
Thrilling for like middle-aged, people probably. We went to the bookstore.
Spontaneously,
Because we were hungry, and I saw this thing that was like, buy one, get one 50% off, which I don't think I
actually got anything.
I don't think I got anything off, but the book was there on the 50% off.
Hardbacks, but
Hardbacks.
then they had paperbacks under the signs that said 50%.
Yeah, shout out to Barnes & Noble. Your app is broken, by the way. I don't know if you know. You have 2 ratings on the App Store because your app just doesn't work. I tried opening up the app and it was like, no. But we got books. Oh, wait, okay.
We got matching books.
Oh, yeah, we did. Okay, we're doing a book haul right now. Oh my God,
yeah,
live on the pod. Oh my God. ASMR. Kelli, this book is the Essential
Horror Movies.
Essential Horror Movies, and it's like a big hardback book that talks about like movies from silent film all the way up until like 2012, which
yes.
when I was looking at this book, this is by
Michael
Mallory and Bow Arts. This is a Bow Arts edition. Okay. I don't know if Mr. Michael has a sequel, but I think if I were to write something like this, I would add probably a few more things in there, and definitely more more modern movies. And we also, I got the Joe Hill book, which is The Black Phone, which is in movies now. Haven't seen the movie yet. I would actually love to read the book first before I go to the movies. Have you seen trailers for this?
I have actually not seen trailers. I've just heard people talk about it.
Yeah, it has Ethan Hawke, I think is his name, who is Uma Thurman's husband.
Oh.
And his daughter is in Stranger Things.
Oh, wait.
Maya Hawke.
Oh, okay.
You watch Stranger Things?
I've seen 1 season. I've only seen the first season.
But
so I actually tend to do it differently. I like, if I can, obviously you can't always do it, but I watch the movie first, then I read the book. That way when I read the book, I'm excited that I'm seeing things I didn't know rather than watching the movie
and you miss some things.
Yes.
Okay, I'm the opposite. I think if I see the movie first, I'm not gonna want to watch
the book.
I don't want to watch the book. This book sucks. Okay, the other book, however, that we did get, me and Kelli did get the same one. Kelli also got Annihilation by Jeff Vandermeer. I've read that book multiple times. No, I haven't. I've read that book once, and I really love it, and I gifted it to like 5 different people.
Now it has been.
Now you got it. I given it to my friend, my mom, one of my best friends, Maggie's her brother. For some reason, I've only met him once or twice, and I was like, hey, check out this book. Yeah, it was really good. I gifted it to, I think, my friend Amira, and I didn't really gift it to you, but I peer pressured you into getting it. It was made into a movie with Natalie Portman. Really good movie, too.
Natalie Portman.
Well, yeah. The next book that we got, now we're just doing like what people do in the beginning of podcasts. We're like doing like a little book club. We got Final Girls by Riley Sager.
Maybe.
Or Sager. This was a New York Times bestselling author of Survive the Night. Oh, shit. Were we supposed to watch read another one?
Is this a sequel? How the girl didn't survive?
Oh, no.
That's okay.
Oh, Stephen King liked it.
Wow.
If you like Gone Girl, you'll like this. Oh, wow. Oh, Joe Hill is Stephen King's son.
Gone Girl movie thoroughly pissed me off.
Oh, no, I love the movie. I hate men. Final Girls. We're going to read that, and we're going to review it. We're going to do a book review on the podcast.
But yeah, I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, Kelli, we went to the bookstore.
Yes, and then we went to Walmart.
Yeah. And then we watched this movie, which is... Yeah, this movie is Color Out of Space. Yeah, obviously it was made in 2019, but I believe it came out in 2020. It's a Shudder exclusive. And it is directed by... It's originally an H.P. Lovecraft story. H.P. Lovecraft, Lovecraft.
There's no R? Oh my gosh, I've been saying that wrong my whole life.
Well, he was racist, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
So it's based on a short story that he wrote called Color Out of Space. Shocker, who would have thought? Oh, sorry, Color with a U. This movie title, Color, does not have a U. Interesting. And it was also written by Scarlett O'Maris and Richard Stanley, who also directed the movie. And this stars Nicolas Cage as Nathan, Jolie Richardson. Yeah, we have Jolie Richardson playing Teresa. We have Madeline Arthur playing... What's her fucking... I wrote lasagna in my whole notes. And then just started putting LAV when things got serious. We also have Elliot Knight playing Ward Phillips, which he's hot. He's
so hot.
Yeah. And then we have, you said Tommy Chong playing Ezra, and then Brendan Mayer playing Benny, the older son. And then we have Julian Hiller playing Jack, who is also one of the Scarlet Witch's sons. Kelly, give us a non-spoiler synopsis of the movie.
Okay, how do I describe this movie? So, this movie is about a family who lives kind of in the sticks, like out in the woods, basically, in a secluded area, except for this one dude that lives on their property named Ezra. Anyway, but they... Not Miller. No.
Do you know who that is?
No.
Oh. Uh-oh. It's best to not know who that is. Oh. How do you not know who this strange white person is? You know me.
So this family who is not in contact with Ezra Miller, but another dude named Ezra. Anyway, what? Oh, so they are...
Synopsis of the movie, Kelly. Come on, non-spoiler. Right.
So basically, it's so hard not to spoil it, because what? But, okay, so a meteor, I can say that, a meteorite lands in their property, and it starts causing a bunch of chaos, and there's a surveyor around trying to test the water, and things get wacky.
Like a water surveyor, not someone that's like, hey, can we talk to you about, like, your rights?
He's a hydrologist.
Yeah. That's a big word for Elmo. So yeah, we're about to spoil the fuck out of this movie. So if you have not watched it, head over to Shudder right now, where you can subscribe for, I believe, $4.99 or $5.99. I think it's $5.99 a month. And you can find all your horror movies there. Shudder. I just gave you a free shout out, so bitch.
That was so kind of them.
I'm basically Jesus. Kelly, I don't know how we should delve into this movie. It does start off with some beautiful shots.
Yes.
And it seems whimsical. Like, we see this little girl, she's probably... Wait, how old is she? We need to find that out right.
Let's look that up.
We need to find that right the fuck now.
But just understand that when we saw her from the aerial view, I thought she was... I thought it was
She's my age. 97.
Oh.
Well, at the time of this movie, I mean, she was still an adult.
Yeah, she was an adult.
But she seems like she's supposed to be playing someone younger.
I thought she was a child from the aerial view. Like, I was like, oh, it's a little kid playing in the woods. Then we got closer, and I was like, oh, it's a woman. And when I say woman, I was thinking, like
grown woman. Like, probably, grown. Like 30s.
40. Yeah, sure, like 30. And then
you don't become a woman until you're 40, apparently, according to Kelly.
I meant, like, an older woman, though. And then we get in her face, and I'm like, oh, she's, like, 20. But her character feels like they're supposed to be closer to 16, 17. But, so I'm guessing she's somewhere between 17 and 20 in the movie. In real life, she's what? So she would be 20. That would have made her 20 what? I don't do math. Then after we see the girl, basically we get in on her, closer up to her, and she's performing some sort of ritual. She's got rocks in a circle.
It's very much, I just bought this book at Books A Million, and it told me about witchcraft, so I'm gonna do it now. So she's got, like, she's in a rock circle with a white horse in the background, and I was like, and she's wearing kind of like period clothing, like it looks like it's older clothing. So I was like, what movie, like, time period is this in? I was like, is this like a flashback? But then we see Ward walk up, and he's wearing, like, normal clothes, yeah.
And I did put that the horse itself looked very majestic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good notes, Kelly. This is when they have, like, a little thing where they're talking about, like, who are you, where are you, this is trespassing, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't really fucking matter. This movie is all over the place. It's going to be kind of hard to talk about because it kind of repeats a lot of things that are going on. I even, at one point, said, where are they? Because when... What is her name?
Lavinia.
Lavinia. Lavinia comes to her home, and it looks like a old castle type of home. Like, there's lights everywhere, and it's playing whimsical music. And I said, bitch, are they in Narnia? Like, what is this? Like, the music for this movie, I will say, you can have your opinions about the movie. Pretty good music. I didn't know where it was going with this movie at all. The horse's name is Comet. That's what I wrote down. And then the parents act weird.
And Nick is like, He seems very uninterested in whatever she's doing, but also, like, very concerned.
The daughter.
And the daughter.
He's uninterested in what the daughter's doing.
And tells her to go in and check on her mom, which that seems to be a common theme. They're like, go check on your mother. Go check on your mother. We do find out that the mom had cancer a while ago, but...
No. We find out that the mother has cancer when she finishes her ritual, and she was like,
"Oh yeah,
take the cancer from my mother." And like, it wasn't just like take the cancer out, and you're like, "Oh, is she talking about her mom or herself or somebody, her dad?" Mm-hmm. And she immediately after goes, out of my mom.
Yes,
like, it's very much like if you're not paying attention and you hear that part, you will understand what's going on.
Mom had cancer.
Yeah.
So, but they don't. I don't think she currently has it.
No, I think she does.
Oh. Well,
Well, she says take out the cancer.
Take, but the way they act, okay. Well, she's already had an operation.
She's obviously had. You can still have cancer after an operation, Kelly.
Oh no!
Did you not know that?
I honestly didn't know. I mean, I thought either you.
Some people, when they get like a cyst removed, and if it's like cancerous and it's already spreaded, then it's like.
Oh, so she could have cancer all through her body.
It depends on what the cancer is.
Okay. Well, at some point she had it in her breast, and those have been removed. So they go to eat dinner, and she's upstairs working. The mother is.
What does she do? I don't know.
Okay. It needs the computer, though, whatever it is. It needs internet service, which they have really bad internet service.
Because they live in the middle of nowhere.
Mm-hmm. And she's very upset about how bad the internet is, but no one's really doing anything about it. The dad makes some weird French dinner that nobody wants.
Yeah, they're like, did mom cook? And it's just garbage fucking food. They're asking for, like, fast food, and they're like, these dang kids always want fast food. So I'm like, what is the narrative we're going with this story? Which I'm assuming I made it as a joke at the end, but I think this movie is supposed to be about generational trauma.
You know what? I think so, too.
I think it is.
That makes a lot of sense. After dinner, they kind of start getting cozy on the porch, the parents, and that's when you
find out. They're like,
yeah,
fuck me, I'm horny.
But that's when you find out that the wife has had her, like, has had a mastectomy because she's just like, how can you even look at me anymore? And it's, like, super sad. But he's like, oh, I love you anyway. He takes his glasses off and he's like, you look even better. And she's like, that's because you don't
No.
Did I skip something?
No.
Oh.
He says, like, I always love you. And then, like, 5 minutes later, he's, like, in bed with her, and then it's like, I've always loved you. I was like, they just paused there, and we're like, let's finish this conversation later.
Yeah, you have to, like, hush, and then get back to it when you get to another place where the audience can see.
Other than that, it's just really dumb dialogue from everyone. Like, it's just nothing really makes...
Well, I did put that, sorry, but I did put that in the older son's room when we flash by him and he's just doing whatever on the computer. He has the words "no flesh shall be spared" on his wall, and that feels foresighty.
Foreshadowing?
Yes.
Foresighting.
No, anyway, foreshadow.
Okay. So it's nighttime. A meteor hits, and the parents were having sex. The kids are weird. The son was like drooling at the computer. The daughter is just being angsty in bed, and then the youngest kid is just screaming.
Yeah, he's in the hallway.
They got They got not llamas. They got alpacas for some reason, because the next day when Ward comes back to talk with them, the police come. Ward shows up. The mayor, who doesn't give a fuck about anything, shows up. Whatever. They eventually leave, but Ward is still there, and he's like, "Let's go milk the alpacas."
You know, we had a weird conversation about the alpacas where she was like, why do we even have alpacas? And then he wore them that.
Oh, yeah, and it was like a big fighting moment, and it was just like, oh.
Yeah, like...
Why do we even... You know, it's like basically like saying, like, you're not even my real dad. Like, it was like, that's how the line was read. Was like, right? Why do we even have alpacas?
And everyone's like swallowing hard. And...
like... clutching their pearls.
Why would she say that?
Yeah.
And then he says alpacas are for the future. But they don't... You would think that the alpacas would then have some starring role later.
They do. They have acting creds. Alpacas in the credits have acting creds.
And the dog and the horse.
Yeah.
But, okay, so moving on. Ward is checking out the meteor, and the dad, he keeps getting upset about how the meteor smells.
Yeah, which doesn't even come back in the end to mean anything.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. It doesn't come back. He smells it everywhere. I think he just has sensory, what is the word? Sensory overload?
Overload.
Where he can probably smell it, but like it doesn't really come back. Maybe I need a...
He does yell at his wife at one point when she's cuddling with the son, and this is like after she cut her. This is after like some things have happened, and he's like, and what is that damn smell? And she's like, no one smells anything. And he's like, it's been here forever. And then they start yelling at each other
after the milking, because he says, you need to be gentle with their boobs as he's milking an alpaca. And then he offers Ward some of the milk right away, which I'm like, I don't think you can just drink straight.
It's not, you have to like pasteurize.
You're like,
oh, also, can we go back to
no.
Okay.
So we're moving right on along. Benny, who's one of the other kids, he takes he takes Ward to see Ezra to talk about the water there, because oh my god, they all have fucking different names and I don't remember them. Ward is like, obviously there's probably a water problem here, and he notices that with Ezra's drink that he makes.
Yeah, he just pours some water and it's super brown, and he's like, that's gross, dude. And he's like, yeah, it's just how it goes here. So they've just been drinking this brown water for...
Oh, I thought he, like, mixed it in with something. I wasn't sure.
It was bubbling, so maybe. But Tom, he's a freaky dude in the woods, and he basically says that weird stuff's going on, but...
Oh, he knew him before he came in here. He's like, they told me.
Oh my gosh. Yes. I forgot. Oh.
Kelly, were you taking notes, or were you just staring at the fucking pink colors?
No,
it's so beautiful.
No. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense now. We fast forward and it's raining, and Lavinia is taken aback by the rain. She's outside, like, bathing in it, basically, and saying how pretty it is. And the dad comes out and is like, get in the house, you weirdo, you know? And then they have dinner.
Like, she's literally just standing in the rain.
Yeah.
But most importantly, you forgot a key person in this movie. No, you forgot about G-Spot, the cat.
Oh, G-Spot, the cat.
They were like, his name is G-Spot because he's a pussy.
He's a pussy.
That's all we need to know.
Okay. But so they go back in the house.
No. You also forgot, like, the meteorite's just getting constantly struck by lightning.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, it keeps getting struck by lightning, and then that's that, and they go inside, yeah.
Yeah, and she's like, it's drawing in the lightning, it's so pretty. It was pretty. It is admittedly pretty. So weird stuff happens all through the night. You see the lights while they're sleeping. Ward, he is, like, researching, and then he hears noise outside.
Just set out camp, like, somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just in the woods. And he hears a noise outside. He stands in front of his Jeep, which is turned on by itself.
It's like revving.
Yeah, it's revving, and that seemed like a dumb idea. But he doesn't get hit by the car, so it's okay. And
honestly, it's a slow burn. Like, nothing is happening. We see, like, dumb scenes, like a cellar scene a little bit later, and it doesn't really mean anything until the end, which I guess they just had to show Nicolas Cage going in a cellar to be like, there's a cellar in here.
Yeah.
But that's a majority of this movie. I don't think anything really happens that's impactful until we see, like, the cat later on. I can't think of anything else in between. I
did want to say that the dad is really weird about the surgery his wife had, and he told the mayor that they had just had sex for the first time after her surgery, and I don't know why he would tell anybody that. Anyway.
Oh, yeah. Before he gets interviewed,
yeah,
when the mayor initially comes, he was like, yeah, me and my wife, we were busy fucking, basically, is what he said.
It's like, dude, shut up. There's new flowers in the fields. They're pink. And they're appearing random places. And then there's, like, a weird freaky bug that Jack sees.
Jack is also just, like, whistling to the well. Mm-hmm. There's a well that they have. We also see that's where that bug comes from. It looks like something hatches and comes from the well.
Yeah. And then they go have dinner or breakfast. I don't know. Yeah, it was dinner.
This is the morning of. But last night is when the mom is cutting vegetables and just straight up cuts off 2 of her fingers.
Doesn't even notice. She's still cutting
and
away.
She's still, like, chopping. She's like, hey, dinner's ready. And she's just got, like, and we see, like, up close. Yeah, I thought she was going to turn around and stab the kid.
I did too. But nope, she just cut her fingers off and, like, pointed them at him and was like, you want some food? They take her to the emergency room. Then Oh, sorry.
Nicolas Cage takes her, and they leave the children there.
And then the daughter is throwing up all over the place. And
she's seeing things.
And then, what's his name? Benny takes the alpacas to the farm twice, and they're still not in the farm. Like, he takes it out to the field. Like, he's, like, in the field for a while. We don't see Benny
for like what seems to be like 30 minutes in this film, and then we're like, oh hey, he's back, and he's like, I lost track of time.
Mm-hmm. And so all of that happens, and Jack says there's a man in the well talking to him, and then when...
It's the high-pitched whistling that we hear throughout the whole fucking movie.
Yeah. And Ward comes to tell them about the water. They could care less because Benny's lost. Jack's talking to a man in the well, and she's puking her guts out.
Yeah, so, she looks really bad, but he did a pH test, and it came out red to purple.
Yeah, it was
which
bad.
Is really fucking bad if you do a pH test and your water comes out that color.
Yeah. So he went to go warn Ezra, and Ezra's talking about people talking to him under the floors, and so Ward's,
that the cat has changed. He's like,
the cat's changed. You won't
G-Spot isn't here, but when you see him, he'll be a little bit different.
Yep.
Which we see him, the cat, later on in the night.
He a little different.
The other two are coming home now, finally. Their characters are just so weird. Like, it's really hard to explain what's happening. Like, it seems like so far us talking has just been random fucking gobbledygook.
Everything is just everything. I say that the parents come home and just bitch out the kids. Like, they don't listen to them. The kids are trying to tell them, hey, Jack has put the alpacas up 3 times, and I don't know what's happening. But they're just like, you are irresponsible. Not Jack, Benny. You're irresponsible. You guys don't do anything right. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah, when the parents get home.
Yeah.
They're just yelling at the kids, and then they're like, no, things are going weird, and they just don't care. Like, and the parents have become, like, more aggressive, it seems. Yeah. And that's not what was really... It wasn't coming off like that in the beginning of the movie, so I was like, wait, where is this coming from? I was like, is this pink light that's emitting from this meteorite? I don't understand. The dad goes to the shed at one point where the alpacas are. I don't think he actually goes in. He's like looking for Sam the dog, and Benny goes, should we warn him? And I was like, what? Warn him from what? You guys haven't said anything.
I guess warn him about the loss of time. Like, Benny was already trying to explain that he doesn't understand how he got lost.
But he also says, like, they must have got him to their dad. Like, they must have got him. Like, the things must have gotten to the dog. And I was like, that's still... Y'all aren't explaining. Vague. Like, y'all are still here every single day. They're like, we need to leave. We're leaving tonight. Every single day they say that, and they don't fucking leave.
Do you think that's a part of the time loss?
No, I think they're just stupid as fuck. I think they're just fucking stupid.
I'm trying to give them an excuse, but you're...
No, but they know different days have happened.
So then, but the parents in horror movies are always the worst.
While they're still outside, the dad, because he can't find the dog... He goes back to the daughter and talks like this. He talks like Donald Trump. He does that multiple times in this movie, and I don't understand. I was like, was your because he's like mimicking his his father, their grandfather, his dad. And he's mimicking him. I was like, was your dad fucking Donald Trump? I was like, why are you talking like this? Like, the whole fucking movie, he does shit like that. And he's just going off on his daughter. He's like, oh, you whiny little fucking bitch. I hate you. You're a miserable little bitch. Like, he's speaking like Donald Trump.
It's weird. I put Nick Cage as Nick Caging, so...
Oh, damn. That's probably why they booked him for this.
So all that stuff happens, and then Jack and Benny go out to the area to check the alpacas. And then the alpacas are mutating.
There's also like a whole point where
never mind.
It's because it's the pacing of this movie is really bad. It's morning and nighttime, morning and nighttime, morning and nighttime. Like, there's so many days, and there's one point where it's visibly like things are just obviously more pink, and Nicolas Cage, he's like picking tomatoes that look fucking huge, and he goes into the house and he's washing them, and then the wife comes down because she's complaining about the Wi-Fi. There's like a bunch of static shit happening with all the technology, and she's complaining, and then he just starts taking bites out of the tomatoes, like every single to one, and like throwing them away, and he's like, it always tastes like shit, you're shit. And they're both like yelling at each other, and then he eventually is just like, she's like, fix the fucking dish, and he's like, yeah, I think there's something wrong.
He goes through... No, the tirade is huge. That's when I wrote Nick Cage's Nick Caging, because he is, like, throwing stuff, and he's like, I don't care anymore, take that. Like, it's full throttle, way too much. And she's just like, fix it! I hated it.
Yeah, I don't like... This movie stresses me the fuck out. But now it is nighttime, so when Benny and Jack, the two boys... They're going out. They're just standing outside. They literally are just standing outside, standing. They're like, they're standing, queen. They're just like looking at the well. They're like, and everything is like, the grass is pink, and they're like, They were like, it's so beautiful. Meanwhile, Lavinia is she's carving into her hands, into her chest, into her forehead, something from the Necronomicon, which I'm like, bitch, what the fuck? She's like, and this is gonna save me from this. Like, she's doing all this crazy shit.
Literally nothing Lavinia does matters this whole movie.
No, I think she causes everything.
Maybe.
I think she causes everything. And while she's doing that, that's when they go to the shed to check out what's happening with the alpacas, and they have all fused.
Yes, everything's fused together. And Lavinia asks, do you believe us now? And he still refuses to apologize, even though they're
No, he does that after just happened. So explain what happened.
Okay, so when they see that, everyone's screaming. Jack is outside looking at pink shit. Again, the mom is like, Jack, are you okay? So she comes to rescue Jack. They hug, they embrace. The lights come out full throttle.
From the alpacas. So this whole thing is like there's this pink light everywhere, and we can physically see this energy coming out.
And it just takes over them. It like zaps them like it's lightning. And they don't show us, the viewers, what's happened yet, but we have a pretty good idea. At least,
I mean, I didn't want to think it was gonna happen,
but I thought it was. I thought it happened. Like, they're staring at them in complete disgust, and then Lavinia is like, "Do you believe me now, Dad?" And he's like, "I don't know what to believe." So it pissed me off because he refused to apologize, even then, like a true horror parent.
Well,
anyway,
we get the reveal when
they bring him in
they bring him in the house, and Lavinia hasn't seen anything. She's still walking around covered in fucking blood because she just cut her fucking self up.
Oh, I'm sorry. So it wasn't Vinny. It was Benny. It was Benny that.
No, she says that. It's just after when she sees the mom. She's like, "Do you believe me now?"
Oh, okay.
We are going to go to an ad break. So when we come back, we're going to be talking more about... What is this movie called?
Color of the Wind.
Color Out of Space. We're going to be talking more about Color Out of Space.
I cannot remember that title. Welcome back to Stay on the Line. We are talking about The Color Out of Space.
And it's pretty gnarly.
It's pink.
I think I specifically said this shit is gnarly.
It is gnarly. It's
grotesque.
It's a lot.
Do not eat raspberry pie or cherry pie while eating this movie. You said I'm not even gagging because of that. You're gagging because it was raspberry pie. Yeah.
And Pepto-Bismol probably wouldn't make you feel better either.
We finally get a shot of the mother and Jack, who have fused like back to back, and they are just like in pain. They're not saying anything. It looks disgusting. I was telling Kelly, I was like, I'm glad I wasn't eating during this because I would have lost my appetite because it was fucking disgusting. The special effects are really good, but it's so horrific. It's something straight out of like The Fly if they like transferred together.
Their skin isn't skin anymore.
They have like bumps, sores, like.
We did forget to mention, it's not important, we don't really go over it, but the dad has got some sores on his arm. Well, whatever.
It does matter. Yeah, he's been like scratching his arms a lot because his skin looks like it's turning pink, basically.
But they are like that all over.
They take Mom and Jack upstairs, the fused body. She's also being burned by the light, which doesn't get explained later because nothing else is being burned by the light.
Huh. Yeah. The dad leaves them upstairs and loads a gun because he says, "You're not going to hurt my family." And I wasn't sure who he was talking about, like just the pink entity, but like how do you shoot that? But he chose to go shoot the alpacas.
Yeah, it's very gory, very graphic. Kelly cannot tell you what happened because Kelly was not looking at the TV.
Not at all.
Kelly specifically was like, I don't want to watch anything gory. And I was like, I don't know anything about this movie, so let's watch it. No, it's pretty fucking gruesome. It's like the scene from The Thing, the first remake. It's very much like that scene when they're shooting the dogs that are all mushed together, but this time it's alpacas and he's just blowing all their heads off. The special effects is good, but it's so vile to look at.
It was gross. And then he tried to go shoot the fusion of his son and wife, but he couldn't do it. And then you see Ward back in town trying to wanting to talk to somebody about the water, but you can hear the mayor in the background going, "I don't give a fuck about it."
Yeah, it's like somebody else. Yeah,
I don't care. So she's very much a mayor in a scary movie. So it's nothing. We literally just say whatever.
But we don't. I guess. Well, they said like obviously she wants to sell something on that land because they mentioned earlier. It's like, well, you should have sold your house to me when you had the chance. She says that to them earlier in the movie. So. I think it's because they built a dam there. We see that at the end of the movie. He specifically says, Ward specifically says, your area is now a dam.
So then the sheriff and the deputy, I guess, want to show Ward something they found in the woods near the house. And they open it, and it looks like the fusions we've been seeing already. It's all gross and icky and pink. And
it's like goopy. Birds, fucking G spots in there because we see the color G spot, and Ward notices that it's like deer and all this shit. It's just a big. It's like The Blob. It's like the movie The Blob without it actually being alive. It's just like as if it assimilated with everything and just like stopped midway.
It's nasty. Then they're like, we gotta go see what's going on at the house. So they rush to the house.
The sheriff and Ward.
Sheriff and Ward, yeah. So they left the deputy back there, I guess. Meanwhile, the dad, what's up?
We have forgot one of the grossest parts, which is when he decides not to kill his mom. I
wanted to forget.
Well, when he decides not to kill the mother and Jack, he decides to kiss the mother on the lips. And it's just, you see like the goo from her lips, and he keeps kissing her. And she obviously doesn't know what's happening. She's just like, and Jack's on the back, like, no one has everyone's like, love you, mom, love you, you're the best queen, and no one has said anything to Jack.
That's true. They even give her something to drink. No one's giving Jack anything.
Jack is just on her back, like, all right, bitch, we're done with this. But yeah, they eventually make it to the house, and Nicolas Cage is going crazy. But before he goes crazy, for some reason, because Benny and fucking Nair, what's her name? Lavinia.
Oh, they're gonna escape.
Lavinia, they're finally going to leave, but their horse leaves. And they're like, what are we going to do? Walk 12 miles? And I said, yes.
Yeah, just do it.
I would walk 12 miles.
Yeah.
Would you?
Yes. If opposed to staying here, yeah. Also, they should have jumped on the horse when it started acting stupid, because everybody knows that the animals are obviously sensing.
I was like, it's gonna fuse with the girl. Oh, I thought the horse was gonna fuse with the girl because it saw pink in its eyes.
Oh, it did? Oh, I didn't see the pink in the horse's
Kelly
eyes.
Wasn't.
I saw them, but I thought the horse was just freaking out because...
This is unprofessional. Very unprofessional, Kelli Green.
That's why you have to watch a movie several times, which I will never, ever watch this one again.
Damn! The creator is listening to this podcast right now.
Well, consider it good, because it traumatized me, which I'm sure...
Honestly, some good movies I don't have to see again. Yeah. Like, Hereditary was a good movie. Don't need to see it again. Don't need to see it again.
Sometimes you get traumatized, and that's like a good thing, I guess.
When they're like, oh, I guess we're gonna do something, the boy's like, wait, I can hear Sam the dog in the well. Let me go get it. And then the sister fully goes, it's just a dog. And that's when I was like, yeah, get the fuck out of there. But he has this brilliant idea to climb down the well. He says to her, oh, I'm just bring the dog up on the fucking string in the well. I was like, why you...
It was stupid.
What were you gonna do with the dog when it got up there? You have to leave anyway. So
yeah, how are you gonna put the dog? He gets shocked by the pink light and fused into the well. Benny is now one with the well.
Yeah.
So great.
Which I wish we got to see. Because we just see a bright light and she like turns away, and that's when Nick Cage grabs her and brings her into the house and locks her in.
Home.
Yeah, he's like just yelling at her, calling her a dumb, fat, ugly bitch.
So this is why I was gonna say, I really feel like
he's talking more like Donald Trump, yeah.
Yes, he's talking more like Donald Trump, and you have to come home, we are a family. But also, I felt, from a movie perspective, that it felt like The Shining. So, if you've ever seen The Shining, the dad, there are hints along the way that he may not be a perfect dad, but we don't really dig into it. There's something that happened to the boy's arm, yada yada. But... of course, when he completely turns, you're like, oh, okay. And then it makes you think, was he this all along? Or did the house make him crazy? And that's what I put in my
was he
notes.
Always this aggressive? Were they always... aggressive? Or were we just misled in the beginning? And that's what I can't tell, because the pacing of this movie is so weird. Even before the meteor hits, I was like, what is this pacing?
Is happening? So he locks her in the room with mommy.
With the mom. And oh my God. The mom is now moving. On her own. She's got like she's on 6 appendages, I think. Running around. It's disgusting. So that's the only thing I can think of to describe this. Is it's fucking disgusting.
And she is hungry. She's attacking Lavinia. She's like jumping on her and talking about...
He says that.
Yeah.
Feed your mother.
Well, he says feed your mother, but she's jumping on Lavinia and saying, I'm hungry, Lavinia. So... Next. So Ward comes to the house.
With the cop. With the sheriff.
And then they knock on the door, and homeboy, Nick Cage, is looking real
rough. Talking crazy.
Talking to himself. He's scratching his arm, and he's like, come on in. It's okay. Hey, does this mean he's just already dead? Like, it really doesn't matter? I don't know. But anyway, so he comes in, they come in, and they're like, where's your wife? And he's like, she's right there. Nobody's there.
Everyone's there. He was like, the whole family's here, and they're like, okay. Cool, and then we hear Lasagna screaming, and they go up there, and they bust in, and that's when we see more of the mother / Jack.
Hungry.
Yeah, they look crazy, and you're thinking, oh my god, because she gets shot in the head, but it turns out that Nick Cage shot her in the head.
Why didn't he do that a long time ago?
Yeah, before she was all crazy, and then shoots the Jack in the head too, which is just, he's just a face on the back. Yeah. Pretty horrific.
It's awful.
What emotions were you feeling in that scene?
Disgust. You know what? I can't even say I was feeling sadness because the disgust really overrode that.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling sadness. The whole time since they fused, I was like, me and Kelly were like, kill them, please, put them out of their misery, put me out of my misery by just killing them.
So, a little relief, actually.
I was very relieved. I said, get them out of here. It was so hard to watch them. And they're like, the whole time, they're like, we can get them out of here. And I said, and do what? And do what?
Where are you going to take your screaming, melting mom?
Mom's son.
Where
are you going?
That's what they sound like.
No, that's what you sound like when he hits that second hole.
Oh my. No, anyway.
G-Spot the cat? So yeah, the dad comes in, murders them, and he's like, that's not my wife or my son. And then he leaves, and they pick up the daughter because she can't walk. But then they're leaving. Nick Cage is pointing the gun out to the well, but the sheriff thinks he's pointing the gun out at Ward carrying Lasagna. And then the sheriff shoots Nick Cage. Mm-hmm. But suddenly, Lasagna can walk now. And it's like, Dad! I'm gonna die here. We're all gonna die here. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay here.
Yeah, she
Bye,
gave
Ward.
up.
She really did.
So she's over it, and Ward is like, "I'll come back for you," but they know they need to go. They decide they need to go check on Ezra
to make sure he's okay.
Yeah, honestly, I figured either Ezra's got the stuff to stay through this all, or he's already dead. But we went anyway to be good Samaritans. So they go to check in on Ezra, and he's not okay. Like
I think he looks pretty much dead, but I see his body breathing, and I don't know if that's just a continuity error or.
Yeah, I think we maybe shouldn't have seen, or no, maybe we should see it because it's like he's alive with the thing. Like he's.
I don't know, because he disintegrates, and then there's just a big pink light that comes out, and They run out of the house, which, by the way, Ezra's set design for his home, love it. It looks all kooky and weird. Cool. I love it.
He's got an elevator button thing on his front door.
Yeah.
Oh, but an important thing about Ezra's house, he's got a recording playing. He tried to tell them what was happening, and he recorded himself saying more of what's happening. Even though it got kind of crazy sounding in it, it was still telling you, like,
you get his last words.
Yeah, which is basically,
the plot of this movie.
Die. Yeah. So they run, and then the sheriff gets eaten up by a tree real quick.
Yeah, it just grabs him by the head, and then we see it all. It was actually a pretty gnarly death.
Yeah, he, like, poked him in the eyes.
Yeah.
And then, so, what's his name? Ward.
Lord. We thought his name was Lord. I was like Farquaad or like the singer?
Lord. He runs back to the house. He's trying to find Lavinia, but he finds Lavinia, but Lavinia is one with the pink. She is the pink. Isn't that the P-Valley thing? Anyway.
I don't watch that show. She has submitted herself to the pink thing, and she's crying, and then he sees what the pink thing is, like, in his mind. It just looks like a bunch of cells on a different planet, and he freaks out. And then, she just gets disintegrated into this giant beam.
Yep.
If you play Pokemon Sword and Shield, it looks like those the raid dens. They look like that. You don't know, nope. But they look like those big things shooting out. That's what this looks like. It looks crazy, and
it
then,
makes like a tornado.
Yeah, it's not a perfect like straight shot up, but he's like, okay, I better leave, and he goes back into the house for some reason, and then we see Nick Cage is still alive.
Oh yeah, Nick Cage is still alive, and he's like, come on in, and then the whole family's in there alive, and before he's like, you're dead, Nathan!
Yeah, so. but no, the whole family's there except for for Benny. He's part of the well now.
Right. Benny's a part of the well. So the whole family's in there, so I guess they get to come back. But then Nathan's, like, attacking him. I guess the pinkness wants everything to become it, so it wants to kill him too. So he's like beating the crap out of him in the kitchen, trying to get him to...
He's beating up Ward.
Nathan's beating the crap out of Ward. Ward runs and goes into the cellar, which we saw earlier.
Yep. It was very important that we saw that in the beginning, because an hour and 50 minutes later, it makes a difference. Mm-hmm. He goes in the cell, and basically a fucking atom bomb goes off. Like, the glasses of wine shatter in the cell. Nick Cage disintegrates, and I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Because everything just turned pink. And then it's the next day, and to Kelly's knowledge, it's snowing. I said, Kelly, no, that is ash.
I thought it was beautiful snow, and it had turned to winter. But, so he crawls out of the ash, and...
Ward does.
Just
you need
Ward.
To specify.
I'm sorry. Ward crawls out of the ash. This is probably why I didn't do that great in English class. They were like, explain more. And I was like, oh. Anyway.
Yeah, blame them.
No, it's me. So Ward crawls out of the ash, and...
That's basically
he lives.
Yeah. And you know what?
We already told you about the dam.
I was really... Yeah, I guess they built something there. I was really hoping that... My early hypothesis was that they... were actually hallucinating everything, and that the pH level, the bad water was actually fucking with their heads. And I thought that the husband was just going to kill everyone, and that everyone would just see that, which I would have loved that too.
That would have been a great ending.
That would have been great, of like Ward just finding them like all crazy. But no, it's just real goo.
It all happened.
Pink people.
Everything's pink.
What was your favorite part about this movie, Kelli Green?
My favorite part, I guess, would be it's what I thought was going to happen. Which was them saving the family. So Ward showing up to save the family, because
wow, Kelly, you're
I am glad that the black guy didn't die.
Yeah, me too.
It was like I thought it was over, except then my favorite moment got ruined because she was so concerned about her freaky dad, and I was just glad to see. I wanted him to die.
I wanted the family to die in the beginning. I was like, I think they're all going to die and Ward will survive. I did say that earlier.
Yeah,
and I'm glad that did happen. My favorite part was probably the special effects. That was pretty good.
Oh.
I mean, there hasn't been a movie in a long time where I was just disgusted by the like horrifying things happening.
It was pretty gross, and it was believably gross, so I'll take it.
And
I deserve that.
What's one thing you would change about the movie?
One thing I would change is I would change the fact that they all died. I would save one of them, not the parents. Maybe Benny. I would change the well. That was dumb. That was a dumb cop-out way to die.
No, if we saw him get fused into the well, I want to see his face fused into the well. I want to see it.
Okay, so you would rather a visual...
No, I think I think it was fine that they all died. I am totally fine with that. I would say just the acting, I understand, and the script dialogue for the actors. The story could have played out the same, but it was just the acting was a little...
Well, Nick...
I know, I understand. They probably booked Nick Cage for this purpose to act crazy.
No, what I'm saying is he can't act.
He probably can, just not in the way that's... I'm telling you, they probably asked him to overact for this.
Yeah, that's what my boyfriend says, that they make him overact. But why? It doesn't make for a good...
Because ever since the that one remake of that movie, the Bees, not the Bees, I think ever since that, they were like, okay, he needs to live up to that performance and just be as camp.
I can't deal with it. But okay. And what's the mom's excuse? Because she was a bit much towards that.
I think she needed to match his energy.
Yeah, you're right.
I think she needed to match his energy.
She's got to act like that.
Yeah.
So I would change the acting.
Would you survive this?
Yeah, I'd have left the first time pink stuff was happening. That made no sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have immediately left. I probably would have been bored and been like, first of all, I would not be drinking for... not tap water. I ain't drinking for no fucking well. I'm not drinking from no fucking well.
Yeah, I wouldn't be drinking.
Dirty ass doo-doo water.
Right, and it's just exposed, too. There's nothing like stopping the dirt. Maybe... I'm too city for this. People do it, though, right?
Drink from wells? Yeah, they do. That's not me. I'm not that girl. I love a good filtration.
Yep, I need filtered water. So
give me a bottled. Fuck the environment.
It wouldn't
I'm
have
just kidding.
Oh.
Who would you, not necessarily would you recommend this movie, but who would you recommend this movie to?
I would recommend this movie to people who are okay with gore because, again, the special effects are pretty good. So if you don't like shield your eyes at that stuff and you want to see how far things can go, I would recommend that to them. Preferably people who like gore and like horror but aren't too... They can appreciate a movie whose script isn't good. Like, you can still have a good time. Like,
Drag them.
No...
You said they're terrible at writing.
You can still have a good time though, like, because don't you have like a favorite movie or a movie that you like that you know wasn't written well, but you'll watch it again and again?
I don't know, the ones that I like really love, you know what I mean? I love those movies. Like, X is a good movie I really like because I care about the characters. Like, if you write well, it means I care about your characters. This was a movie where I was like, bitch, kill them. Fucking kill these bitches.
Well, like...
Okay, Kill Bill, I love Uma Thurman in that fucking movie. Are you kidding me?
So I love this movie called Original Gangsters, and the plot is a little dumb. The plot just doesn't feel realistic, and the acting, some of the acting is good, some of the acting is not good, but I will watch it again and again. So what I'm saying is, if you're not going to get hung up on the acting part of it, but you like the special effects and you just want to see a story get gory, then go for it.
I would recommend this movie to anyone who definitely loves body horror. Someone who doesn't get traumatized from violence in like a family violence kind of thing.
Okay.
It was weird. Do not smoke anything or ingest anything that would get you high and then watch this movie. You will be so paranoid. Yeah. Other than that, this movie was a trip. After it, I needed to sit down and just think about what happened because I could not just immediately go into this. So
really, just psychologically, I was like, the family went downhill so fast, and I do appreciate that. That's kind of interesting to see because it was I wanted to see how can you get all these family members, and they did it. Jack was honestly a casualty, the youngest son. If he had better parents or better siblings.
I mean, yeah, even in the beginning when he's like into shock, the mother's like, "Can we take him to the hospital?" And he's like, "Nah, that's not our way. Fuck that."
That part. See, yeah, okay. So, there were little signs that really did make me feel like the dad is not good. Like, I don't think, he would have murdered his whole family, but like I said with The Shining, I feel like we got little bits and pieces that made me feel like, I don't know, he's probably not great. And that was one of them, because he hadn't actually been hurt yet as far as we can tell, but he was like, I don't care, Jack's okay. Jack's not okay. A freaking meteor just landed in your thing, and he wasn't talking. The son was not talking.
Yeah.
Was not moving. But, so yeah, the parents, they needed better parents. That's my final thought.
Watch this. You know what? If you don't know anything about this movie, and you didn't watch it before you got to about an hour in, I would say, watch this movie and do not eat anything during this movie, especially
nothing pink.
Nothing pink.
Nothing gooey.
Yeah, nothing gooey. Probably no meat. I would not eat meat.
No meat.
Watching this movie. Other than that, it was still enjoyable. Yeah. Like, I enjoyed the terror.
I'm not sorry I did it.
I was just mortified with what I was watching because it was nothing like I was expecting. I thought I was going to expect like a camp Nicolas Cage movie, which it was camp in some aspects, but then it got terrifying real quick. What was your favorite kill in this movie?
Okay, so my favorite kill...
Or death.
Kill/death. The favorite death would be Lavinia. Lavinia's was pretty... Cinematic, yeah. Like, she just fused with it, she turned into it, and then poof. So I thought that was pretty cool.
I would say just because how horrifying it was, probably the mother and son. Honestly, the movie could have done without Benny. Yeah. I think because he disappears for most of this movie, and it still would have been the same. You could have built up more of a relationship between the youngest one and the daughter, or not at all. Or had them more incorporated so you got to know them a little bit more instead of just Benny, like, disappearing. I think this movie does rely too much on references. Like you said, The Shining, I think, is a reference. I would say The Thing is definitely a big reference to The Fly. A lot of things like that. So, Invasion of the Body Snatchers in a way of just, like, people acting
But for one thing, you know, I said the parents were cliche horror parents, blah, blah, blah. The cops are not cliche horror cops.
They came in and they were like, okay, we're here to help.
Yeah, something's weird.
Yeah, most cliche horror cops are like, we don't care and we're going to die immediately.
Yeah. Well, he did die quickly, but it wasn't his fault.
Yeah, he just got snatched the fuck up when he was trying to leave. Kelly, where can we find you?
You can find me at Kelli Green Ivy on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram.
I bullied Kelly into changing their name because I was like, we can't do Kellogg 2187 beep or beep.
So now it's a lot simpler. Thank you. I appreciate that because it makes sense. Also, my author link, I'm hoping will be put in your description.
It's already in the last one that we did. All right, so
then you can just check out my author link on the last one we did. Anyone?
I'll put it in this one too.
Oh,
that's it.
That's it.
All right, and I'm Terrah Card. That's TerrahCard. You can find me under most platforms under that name. You can find this podcast on Twitter at Stay on the Line TC, on Instagram Stay on the Line Podcast, and on Facebook at Stay on the Line. And you can also join us on Patreon at patreon.com/Stay on the Line, which I'm going to read our highest tier pee-pee poo-poo people. So I have to lean in just a little bit just to get a little sensual. Okay, can't help me. This is very serious. Okay, so we're going to give a shout out to Caitlin B at our pee-pee poo-poo tier. We also have Willa Whisper, Kiki, Rock R, Keith W, Pobre, as well as Zingcat, Coronation, Winnie, and Rebecca Carlson. So if you want to be like them, make sure you head over to patreon.com/Stay on the Line, and you can join the pee-pee poo-poo tier for $7, where your name gets read on the podcast, and you also get to determine which commentaries we vote on for our commentaries of the month. We just had one for the thing, where I think our next one is going to be Your Next, which that will be fun. They voted on that, so
nice.
Kelly's like, that doesn't sound like what I want it to be. You're not gonna like that. You're not gonna like that. If you didn't like this movie because of the gore, you're probably not gonna like that movie. At the Poo Poo Pee Pee tier and the Miss Caller tier, you will get the video edition of the podcast in full length. You will also get ad-free versions. You will also get the podcast a day early. You will get a lot of things in video bonus content like sewing blogs and such. And then even at just $1, y'all, you can support the podcast for just $1 if you head over to Patreon. You will still get the commentary track and you'll get the audio version of the podcast early. So, and ad-free. I think that's a pretty good deal.
I think it's great.
All right, Kelly. Well, do you have anything else to say?
No. I hope you all have a great day.
Hit the G-spot, baby. Until next time, my name is Terrah Card.
And I'm Kelli Green.
And make sure you stay on the line. Bye.